In today's video, we are making a Whole30 compliant spaghetti squash dish. You might have difficulty, like myself, in getting the spaghetti squash the way I like it. So I use two different knives. I start off with serrated so I can get in with my machete knife, as I call it. It helps me. But you want to get it in half and try to be as equal as possible. For me, it's not always easy. I usually ask for help. But once you open it up, you're going to find a whole bunch of seed, which is great. If it's organic, keep them. Maybe put them in the garden and grow some of your own. Once it's hollowed out, you're going to use pepper, salt, and oil in the inside. Be generous. It does kind of cook off with the oil. If you're using a brush for the inside, I would say do the oil first. But I'm rolling it around, and as you can see, it doesn't really disturb the pepper or the salt. But if you're worried about that, you could do it opposite. Then the vegetables that you want. This I chose to use rosemary and onion, garlic, 3 different types of peppers, and portobello mushrooms. Also for the top, I like green onion. Slice them all according to how you like. I like sautéing mushroom and onion together, and then I did the garlic on its own. I like the onions a little more caramelized, so I switched them to the cast iron. Now, I bake this 350 for about 40 minutes, and that caramelizes as well. You're going to scrape all that gorgeous spaghetti squash out, and it does clump. So you want to make sure whatever you mix in, here I use the juices from the pork chops, and I also, which you are not seeing, I put the Otamot sauce, the regular, in. After I mixed in and separated all that spaghetti squash, I did put the sauce in. Then I put a generous dollop on the top. And I arranged all the sautéed vegetables all around. You want to use as many or as little. If you're trying to make it pretty, just go slow, and maybe you don't use as much as you sautéed and you put them in on the side. But I did it for myself and my housemate, so I did it not as pretty as I might if I made a big dinner. Then I took those caramelized onions and I put those on the top of both. You can serve in a bowl or you can serve in the hollowed out spaghetti squash. Either way works just fine, and they look pretty. Oops, slippery sucker. But I wanted you to see that. Alright, now I'm taking those sautéed garlic bits and I'm putting those over, also the green onion, save some for both. Then I put on the pork chop and I cut it up a little over bite-sized pieces. And voila! Also, I love my spaghetti with a salad.